We normally go out 3 to 4 days a week, but the catch is very low. We get sometimes 5 kgs, 2, even 3.
No, Bwana Kiru. How are you? Hey, that's the catch for today?
Yes.
No. How many kilos?
Exactly 250 grams.
250 grams.
Yeah. Just a quarter of it.
How many hours have you been in the fishing ground?
Been out fishing for almost 2 hours.
And how much are you going to sell this? Or you're just taking home to your family?
I'm just taking it to my family. There was no good catch.
How is the fishing now compared? Because you're just getting little fish. Initially, there used to be a lot of catch, or it's...
There was a lot of catch, but due to bad methods of fishing, yes, or fishing gears, now there's now decreased.
Fishing as a source of income to the artisanal fisherman is not sustainable. So there should be an intervention to make it more sustainable. How can we make it sustainable? Good morning, everybody.
Morning to you. This one.
Yeah. CRDO is a non-governmental organization working along the coastal zone. Our main development philosophy is actually to raise the quality or status of life of the artisanal fishermen. Alice, maybe you tell us the program for next week.
The wheel of next week will be in Gussie landing site. On Monday we have the normal weekly meeting with the women group, and Friday we have a microcredit training.
Last week I was at the landing site Gussie. I saw some young fishers using the spear gun, and as you understand, this is illegal according to the Fisheries Act. So I'm planning a meeting with the BMU officer to sensitize the fisher folk.
Thursday is just a tentative date, isn't it? Because you haven't communicated with the BMU officer yet.
I've already made a call to him to organize for a meeting so that we can address the use of this illegal fishing gear, the spear gun.
Maisha ya mvuvi kwa eneo la Gussie ni magumu. Kwa sababu gani? Hakuna nyenzo za kufanyia kazi. Mvuvi yeye mwenyewe mpaka ajipige kifua, yani kwa kuenda hivi bila chombo, na huwezi kufaulu kufanya kazi bila chombo. Haiwezekani kwa uvuvi wetu, mpaka na zile zana za kisasa ndio sasa utafaulu katika uvuvi. Bila hivyo uvuvi unakuwa ngumu.
You were born there, your father was a fisher, you become a fisher, everyone becomes a fisher. So initially, the same fishing ground is what they call is the tragedy of the commons. The same fishing ground, 10 people used to fish there. But now the population is also doing what? Increasing. And everyone is becoming a fisher. So the same fishing ground is, by the end of the day, it becomes depleted.
The BMU, the Beach Management Unit, is to oversee the management of the marine resource. This is the same kind of concept that we started, because the idea is to bring all stakeholders within the landing site. If I talk about stakeholders, I'm talking of the fishmonger, the fish dealers, the women preparing meals at the landing site, maybe water suppliers, hoteliers. These are stakeholders that are supposed to form the BMU. It is based on the premise that if you can bring all these stakeholders together, then it becomes very easy for the BMU to address the challenges facing the marine resource.
I'm not a good man to them, so I have a challenge with my fishermen. Very, very, very good challenge, and a tough challenge. Because the fisherman is my brother, is my uncle, is my father, and he is using a bad gear, and I suppose to take off the bad gear. So it's a good challenge.
Yeah, and I've been telling the BMU officer that we don't allow this kind of gears to be used because of the destructive nature.
Nimesikia uchungu kwa sababu ile ni kazi yangu na mimi siwezi kuiacha, lakini sasa kulingana na hali ilivyo, kwa vile nimeshikwa, unajua mtu akishikwa huwa mdogo na huwa mnyonge, lazima nisikize vile yule aliyenishika, kwa sababu ana uwezo wa kufanya vile vote inafaa.
Sasa mimi ili niache uvuvi huu haramu, mtanisaidia na kitu gani?
I am not a policeman. I am just a member of the BMU as a part of the village. Myself is just to protect the environment. But I have got no powers to send Ali to the jail or what. My party is to maybe to give him an information, don't do this spear gun is not good.
Tuache uvuvi haramu, manake tukizidisha mazingira tunayaharibu kabisa.
Basi na mimi siwezi kuacha mpaka nione nimesaidiwa, lakini hivi siwezi kuacha kwa sababu na mimi pia niko na family nailisha na huu.
Kwa hiyo kabidi nimsikize naye pia. Lakini sasa kwa kumsikiza kwake, naye amenipa rai kwake ili na mimi anisikize. Ile rai yake ili nishike, imbidi sasa tukutane kimalengo ili nisikize yeye na yeye anisikize mimi.
Okay. Come to the office. Mr. Lee, we have the possibility to support the artisanal fisher folk in terms of improving their gears, but we really discourage the use of the spear gun. So there's a component of microcredit to support fishers where they can buy the appropriate and recommended gears so that they can use for fishing, because our concern is sustainable utilization of the marine resource. But you need to promise me that today is going to be the last day you can decide to use the basket trap because it's more environmental friendly when we are processing your request in the office. Is it okay?
Well, the microcredit can really help the fisher folk, not only early alone, but again the way the microcredit is structured, we only deal with a group and not an individual. So always we encourage the artisanal fishermen to work as a team, because it becomes very complicated if you deal with an individual, and more easy when you deal with the whole community. So always, wherever we go, in all the landing sites, we encourage people to form their own groups and come up with a program or a proposal on how they want to be assisted using the microfinance.
Lete kila kitu.
My dream for the future is to see the local artisanal fishermen become the custodian of the marine resource. That will be my vision. The real custodians who can take care of the resource, who can control the utilization of the resource, who can come up with sustainable consumption ideas and ideals for themselves. That's my vision for in the next 50 years.